There have been some good inventions over the years, haven't there?
See, last week or the week before it, when you had a fantastic invention in this segment, right?
Oh yeah, that was a good idea to shift the economy and make,
Sorry,
make everything
you're
better.
right.
But
yeah.
I'm not creating this one.
No,
right?
okay.
Top 3 inventions: air conditioner. I reckon that's got to be up there.
That's up there.
Drain pipe is a banger.
Really?
No one thinks about the drain pipe.
Needs to go before the wheel,
Think
right?
about how good the wheels up there, but not top 3.
Not top 3.
I reckon the kazoo is pretty high up there as well. But I saw one to top all of them. Right, I was in a car park the other day. I saw the car next to me had an air freshener, right?
Yeah.
Pizza shape flavored.
You're kidding.
Unbelievable. All right. Oh, here we go. We're off and rolling.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hello, friends, and hello, foes. It's your boy Josh here, also known as the Amish tech worker. See the story for details. Welcome to the show today. I don't know how to intro it. Who even intros a show anymore? I'm joined today by the man in plaid and in linen. It's Jono.
It is linen. I got this when we lived in Brunswick because you can't cross the border unless you're wearing a linen shirt.
It's true.
Yeah. And now I feel like they're probably going to track me down from living in this suburb with a linen shirt that's not Brunswick.
Swamped.
Yeah, I'm going to get swamped. I was wearing my imitation Birkenstocks this morning, and I thought
really?
they were going to throw me out of town because of
crazy.
that. But we didn't. Anyway,
Well,
here
this
we
is going to
are.
be a banger show today.
It is going to be a banger show.
There always are bangers.
Episode 55. Can I just say, last week's,
What's
despite
up?
my brain cutting out for the ending segment, absolute rock solid banger, and we're only going to get better this episode.
Over and over.
That's right.
To the moon.
We're the
as
number
they
one
say.
podcast in the Northern
Cambodia.
Metropolitan region.
63rd podcast in Cambodia.
Yeah, we were. That's great. That's an achievement.
What's coming up soon?
Well,
Jono,
you're starting off.
Human interaction do be acting funny.
Oh, I'm surprised you've ever had a human interaction
this is crazy.
before, so I'll be interested
this
to
is
see
so
what's going
new
on
to
with
the
this.
podcast.
Yeah.
What else?
Because we're not awkward boys at all. No. And then I'm actually bringing our first brand new segment of 2023 to the show. It's called What Would They Say? And of course, we have to start with boomers.
That's fantastic.
What would boomers say?
You know
but
what?
it's not what you think it's going to be, so we'll get there. We'll get there later.
Guess what, Jono? I've
Yes.
got our second new segment of the year.
Oh, really?
It's we're gonna fix some stuff.
We are going to fix some
We're
stuff.
gonna fix something.
Are you very handy? Because I'm not very good at fixing stuff.
Oh, I think we're
I
going
fixed
to
a few things in
We're
Brunswick.
ideas people.
We are ideas
we
men.
have the ideas and people put them into action.
We're the men upstairs.
Yeah,
And then a little
yeah.
scum below us. They sort us out.
Yeah.
And then I'm going
Sure.
to bring us home with the slipping through my fingers. And this is probably one of the best
Can I
ideas
say,
we've ever had.
I saw what
Yeah.
it was. I didn't know what it was until I came here. You showed me.
And you
I was
saw it on the
this
run
is-
sheet?
This is a fantastic one.
And you'll have to wait around to find out what it is.
I'm excited.
But until then, I think it's time
What
to
is
get
happening?
going with the first slide. Mr. Happy Fingers today. Yeah, anyway, are we just going to keep rolling? Let's keep going.
Jono, human interaction's crazy.
Yes.
No, we're not.
How many times have you had a human interaction in your life?
I mean, how many times has it been noted on the podcast that I'm quite an awkward person?
It's awkward. See, I'd say you and I are awkward in different ways.
Right.
I get myself into awkward situations, but I think I can style my way out of them.
Right.
When you're the person who, might have a little more difficulty getting
out. For
out.
this particular story, I have to say, I think I styled my way out of it. But
Okay,
in doing
we'll see how we go with that.
In doing so,
Yeah.
I'm here to come clean a bit.
Okay.
Because of how I've
It's a
styled myself
safe
out of
space. This
something.
is a safe space.
It's a
Yeah.
safe space.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're telling me
Have
that.
you accidentally pretended, you said something very heinous to someone and then you said, oh, by the way, my name's Jonathan Steele? And then
No, I haven't
because
done that.
there's already a warrant out for my arrest, so it's probably fine.
No,
Yeah.
no, I would never do that. But I'm glad you've mentioned it because it slightly relates to you.
Oh, okay.
But I
Interesting.
wanna
I'm
say-
involved in this
Look,
situation.
Jono,
Yes.
you know what's crazy when it happens with certain kinds of television shows,
Right.
Where, people start talking about television shows, and you're sort of you might not have watched them yet, but you're ready to watch them.
Oh yeah,
so you sort of just
they're
nod
on.
along
They're
and
on
agree
the.
with them,
They're in the pipeline.
and you sort
Yeah.
of just continue the conversation. and
You
go
don't
with
say
it.
at any point that you have watched it or that you haven't watched it.
No.
You just sort of go along with the flow.
Or maybe you say,
yeah.
maybe you just go, oh yeah, I've totally watched it.
Oh yeah, I know what that is. Blah, blah, blah. I do this all the time with movies because I haven't watched any of them as we've been through.
100%.
So
I've
people are
done
like, in this movie when this happened, I'm like, oh yeah, of course, yeah.
100%. Well, yeah, that happens often. Happened when Game of Thrones was big, right?
Oh yeah. I think
I
I've
was
claimed to
never
see all of
touched
them,
it.
and I've never touched it.
I
No.
only since watched one.
There's a guy called
season.
Joffrey in it.
Yep, we know that because
Yep, 'cause Rolsey looks like Joffrey,
Looks
yeah.
like Joffrey.
Yeah.
You've never met him, person who's listening to this, unless you're Rolsey and one of our friends.
Yeah.
But we all know it.
To be honest, who listens to this that isn't?
That's a good point. I mean, who's he? I mean, they might not be.
Yeah.
But
did you meet King Joffrey? Is this what this awkward
No, I
interaction was
haven't.
about? Oh, okay, that's disappointing.
at the end of last week's recording session, Jono,
Yes.
you shared with me a take about a show that was on television.
Did I?
I'm not gonna.
I don't
admit
remember
it.
this.
It
I
was
don't
about,
remember
it was
talking about TV
Taskmaster.
show. Oh,
Now, we don't need to
this
speak
was an
on-
off-air discussion.
We
Yes.
don't need to speak on what this specific
Can
conversation was.
Can I roughly say what we're talking about?
Sure,
It was nothing
sure.
terrible. It was
No,
just
we were
there
talking
was-
about the favorite people that we
There
like
was
on
just
the
some
show.
contestants on the show that I thought maybe shouldn't be on the show.
No, there was
And
just
that's
a
all it
case
was.
of like the people we like, the people we
and the
don't
people
like.
we didn't like.
And
yeah.
I have to admit to you, Jono, human reaction's crazy.
No way. There is no way. There is
hadn't
no
watched
way.
the show then.
Yeah.
But I've since watched the show and I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
How's that for a
You
good
played
ending?
it off very, very well.
Thank you very much.
Because there's a certain character on the show, a contestant, and I said, "Oh, how do you feel about?" Because I said, "Oh, have you been watching Australian Taskmaster?"
And here's
And
the
he
thing,
said,
at that point,
"Yeah, I have."
I had watched bits and pieces, but I hadn't watched enough to like.
You said,
know
"Yeah,
enough.
I have been watching it."
Now that wasn't. I haven't watched a full episode. I have been watching
That's
a bit
true.
of it.
And then what you did very well to get through this is I said to you, "How do you feel about X?" And you said, you instantly picked up. I hadn't led the witness
Well,
at
no,
all.
because I have to. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like when someone goes, "How do you feel about someone?"
It's usually a negative
You never
thing.
start
Yeah.
off with,
I love them.
You love them.
Yeah.
You usually go, "Oh my god, how great's this person?"
Yeah.
But if you go, "How do you feel about this person?" The first interaction is like, "Oh no, you don't like this person."
Yeah, you did very well. And you went, "Oh, I skipped through their bits." And I skipped through their bits because they're so fucking cringy on this show. Yeah. So
Okay, but
you've actually
retrospectively, I have watched the episodes. I'm fully up to date since the
They
last
really
episode.
fuck you off, don't they?
I don't like it that much. Next slide.
Oh, yeah, next slide. Here we go, Joshua. It's a brand new segment.
Oh,
a
I'm
brand
so
new
excited.
segment for the Comedinons. I haven't made an opening yet because they may not ever come back.
You know,
But
that's
we'll see how it goes.
that's a good way to find out.
Yeah,
if it
it's a
seems good enough,
It's not worth putting in like an hour making something. That's right. And that's what a lot of mine are like, don't worry about. So I'm going to go, you know what? That was good. Let's bring that back as a segment. So I've got one for us. And
Righto.
we often talk about various different groups. We might talk about boomers. We might talk about the kids these days, right? There's a whole bunch of different
100%.
demographics
There's
that
so many of them.
us professional comedians,
Broadcasters,
talk about.
influencers.
Influencers, that's right.
I
And
hate that word.
I'm not down with all of the different demographics.
No,
But
I'm
I've got a man sitting across from front of me who is down with every demographic that there is.
Sure am.
So in this beautiful segment, what we're
Okay.
going to do is I'm going to give you various situations and you have to respond as a certain demographic.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Right.
I love this.
So we're going to do one demographic every couple of weeks or so, right?
This is great.
And we're kicking it
This
off.
is a fantastic
What
one.
other demographic would we kick it off with than boomers?
Can I say
it has to be boomers?
This is perfect. I just spent an afternoon with my grandma.
Oh,
so
you're
I've got
cooked
full.
up.
I've got the energy for it
That's
already.
great. And I think we have to say with boomers, it's not necessarily just that generation, but any old people always fall into that
There's a certain
into that category.
It can span for certain situations.
Boomer isn't a generation; it's a lifestyle.
It sure is.
Yeah. So this is welcome to the first segment of What Would They Say? Boomers. If you can think of a good song that we should do the intro to,
We could do
it.
something. We'll figure it out.
But here we go. So I'm going to give you a situation, and then I want a couple lines of what
Yeah,
they would
yeah,
say to me
fantastic.
afterwards. All right. Number one. You are a boomer who gets on a busy peak hour train on the way to work. You take a seat in a pod of 4 with 3 other strangers. As you sit there with nothing in your ears, staring at the train in complete silence, you notice that no one in your pod is aware that you have sat down with them as they have their headphones on and are all looking at their phones. You mutter a few sentences under your breath to yourself as you leave the train. What do you say?
I need to get into the mindset.
What's your name?
My name is. Let me say it.
Okay. So you're just off the train. You're walking off into Flagstaff Station. What do you say to
Oh,
yourself?
bloody kids these days. I tell you what, they're always engrossed in their phones. Before electronic tape, nothing bad happens. Not a single thing happens. It's always phones with these lot. They got things in their ears. They're going to get their eardrums damaged is what they're going to do. I'll tell you that much.
Fantastic. That's exactly what I would expect them to say. It always does come back to that.
And you know
doesn't
what
it?
happens?
Yeah.
How that confidence comes about
Yeah.
is they'll come off the train and they'll see someone who's in the same another boomer.
Yep,
Who's
yep.
like going, "Oh, Jim, how's it going?" I'm like, "Oh, let me tell you."
There may be a situation like
Okay.
this later on.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Number 2, you arrive in your office and you don't have to put anything away because all you brought with you is your wallet and your phone. I still don't know how they do that.
How do they do that?
They just have their computer at home and their computer at work and everything.
It's nuts.
You
It
take
doesn't
off
make
your
sense to me.
suit jacket and adjust your tie as you make your way to the kitchenette to make your first of 15 double-bagged milky Earl Grey teas with 3 sugars. In the kitchen, you run into a group of new grads wearing t-shirts and sneakers, filling up their stainless steel water bottles, holding iced lattes from the coffee shop downstairs. This is the perfect time for you to make some very awkward small talk with them that you're not self-aware enough to realise is awkward. What do you say to them? Okay, I can be Jimmy in this situation.
Okay.
I'm a new grad. I work in accounting, and I'm in the kitchen, and you approach me.
Oh, what do you got there, mate?
Hi, Russell. I'm just filling up my water bottle. You know, gotta stay hydrated.
Oh, you're not going to use one of our cups we got in the kitchenette?
Look, I
tell you what,
find-
Janelle the other day
Yeah.
came in here with 6 of them. Six
did
of
she-
them. They were
did she?
very nice cups. They're very nice. She said she made them herself.
Oh, really?
She does pottery on the weekend.
Where are they?
She does pottery.
Which cupboard
They're
are
these
they in?
ones.
Ah.
That one's actually it's fallen apart actually. But I tell you, the other ones they're
very
very well
nice.
made. They're very well made. I had Earl Grey tea the other day in one of them.
I prefer coffee, to be honest. Yeah, I like to
Oh,
go downstairs.
You're going to be up all
Have
day
you been
doing
to
a
the
coffee.
shop downstairs?
Oh, $5
very
for a
cheap.
coffee.
That's
$5 for a coffee.
$6.80 actually.
The world's gone mad. let me
But
tell you
I
much.
actually prefer to use
back in my day.
use oat
Back
milk.
in my day.
I've got to go back to the accounting
listen here, mate.
office
Jimmy,
now.
Jimmy.
Oh, sorry, I forgot my
You
Frank
use-
Green water bottle.
So-
Okay, yeah, I've got it now. Yeah,
You use oat milk.
oat milk. Yeah, I use oat because
What even is
I
oat
feel a bit
milk?
funny if I drink milk.
It's not milk if it doesn't come from a cow, mate.
So it's
not
like,
real. It's not real milk.
So it is. It's not
Tell you
milk
what,
as your generation
Giselle back
might
at home.
say.
Giselle back at home.
Yeah,
she was telling me.
Giselle. Okay, I'm
she
sorry.
Spent 2
I've
months
got my
on a farm.
stand-up meeting now. I've got to go.
She spent 3
NC.
months down at the farm. This is good. This is a fantastic
Giselle spent
segment.
3 months down at the farm. Sorry. That piqued my interest. Oh, sorry, Russell. I'm just coming back in. Giselle, what's her name? Giselle?
Giselle.
Where's your farm? Is it like coastal
down-
or?
No. We don't buy coastal.
Oh, I thought you might go surfing, Russell.
Oh, that's for the young ones. That's for the young ones.
Sorry, Russell. Your kettle's boiled.
Oh, I better go get it.
All right.
Hope
I'll
this
see you at
cup
lunch, Russell.
Holds together.
This is fantastic.
This is a fantastic.
All right. Number 3. When it comes time to have some lunch, which is the only food you consume between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m., you and your mate Greg, played by moi, who you have worked with since
shit, Greg.
1983, have to head to the hipster coffee shop downstairs to get some takeaway lunch because the real nasty kiosk in the foyer, which you frequent, to get a triangular sandwich in a
been
cardboard
cancelled
box.
due to-
It's closed due to the owners having to deal with a family emergency. This is a very difficult situation for you and Greg. What do you say to each other during this ordeal?
Oh, Greg.
Oh,
Greg,
Russell,
can
how you going,
believe
Russell,
it?
mate?
Did you hear Sarah?
No.
Sarah.
Yeah? Down at the cafe, at the kiosk?
Down at the
Going to get an
kiosk.
egg and lettuce sandwich for lunch, I am.
No, you
Maybe a
can't,
hammer.
mate.
Nah, we
Sarah-
always do, mate. Every
I
day
know,
since
I know.
1983, we've been going there. She's a real sweetheart, she is, isn't she? Yeah.
Sarah's mum's passed away. Did you
Oh,
hear that?
no, that's awful,
No.
Russell.
You know how it happened?
That's awful.
Oh, you'll never believe
She's
it.
holding up all right. We'll go chat to her.
Oh, we better
and we'll
go
see if
there.
she's going all right.
I was going to say we should.
Yeah.
We could drive over there.
Yep.
Oh, we'll just
I
we
think that's-
own this company. Doesn't really
the
matter
thi-
how
the-
long we
the
spend
thing
in the
is,
office.
Russell, I need to have a sandwich first.
probably
I
should.
Better have some
But
lunch.
the only option
Got to
is
have
that
some lunch.
cafe down below.
Oh, look, I've heard it's all right. I've heard they've got some good food, but I'm a little bit. I think it's a little bit of a
No,
scam. A little bit of a
No,
scam.
I saw they put soy sauce.
What is soy?
I don't
the
even
kids
know.
are drinking it. I saw Jimmy the
from
other day.
accounting.
Yeah, I saw him as well.
Jimmy from accounting
Oh, that little
was putting
shit.
soy sauce in
Now,
his cup.
I'm
coffee.
surprised Cheryl hired him.
I can't
and
believe
there's
it.
20 of them, and they're walking around with their canteens of water. It's just like they're back in. Reminds me when we're in the war.
I can't
Doesn't it
believe it. I
remind
tell
you
you
of that?
what, it just doesn't make sense to me.
But-
Giselle's been down at the farm for 3
she's-
months.
Those
She was
cuts she
telling-
made, they
Oh
are
my
fantastic.
God.
You tell her,
mate.
you tell her
Thank
that
you.
she should put them on Instagram because they are beautiful.
telling her.
Yeah.
She said she doesn't know how to log in. And I said, I don't know how to
I
log in.
know a
either.
man who might help you, or maybe Jimmy and his soy milk can come
Jimmy
and help
told
you.
me he
Yeah.
loves the Instagrams.
Yeah, that's
he
right.
loves the Instagrams. He loves the Twitters.
Oh, he loves it.
I love the Twitters.
They're
I've
all
never.
when I come in the train in the morning. They're all on their Insta Twitters.
They are all on there.
They're all on it, drinking
I
their
was on the
soybean
train in.
macchiatos.
I was
yeah.
on the tram in.
Yep.
3 people around me.
on the
all
Toorak
Jimmy.
line. That's
on
right.
The Toorak
yeah,
line.
yeah, that's right.
Every single one of them.
I didn't even
facing
go
their
home
phones.
last night. I
Their
slept in the
things
office.
their ears.
Oh.
Their ears are going to be damaged.
I tell you what I do when I'm on the train. I just enjoy the
No,
serenity.
I was watching Current Affair the other night.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what they
Tracy
were saying?
Grimshaw. I'm
Tracy
sad,
Grim-
so sad
I
she
can't
left.
believe it.
I can't believe it.
It's actually shocking to me.
But
But I'll tell you what.
understandably, good
I
career,
actually
great career.
think that the person that's suing her is in the right.
Yeah, I think so. Like, that's completely fair enough.
In Current Affair,
But anyway,
they were saying Current Affair.
Yep. About avocado.
About avocado,
Yeah.
they were also saying that people who put their headphones on their
Yeah.
heads, they're going to damage their
Are
their,
they?
their head.
I'm not
There'll be
surprised.
dents in their head.
I'm
That's
not
what
surprised.
They were saying.
Yep, I'm not surprised at
They
all.
were saying
It's all
that
they
you'll
do.
get brain damage. I
They
told
will-
that to Jimmy.
Yep.
He looked at me. He said, "Oh my god."
Oh, was he a bit scared?
He was a bit scared.
No.
And you know what? These kids, they have to be a bit more scared now.
They
That's
have
why
to.
I yelled.
It's understandable.
I yelled at.
You got to keep him in line.
I yelled
He's
at
a good-
Yolani.
he is a good
I
lad.
yelled at Yolani,
Yola-
my personal assistant. I
Yolani,
yelled at her.
I love her. She could just be a little bit more quicker with her work, couldn't she? But that's
what I
fair
said.
enough.
I was yelling at her. She said, "This is not how you treat your staff." I said,
but she-
back in my day."
Look, Yolani's spoken to me, and I said,
Oh.
if Russell gives you any strife, you come to me.
And what did you tell her?
Oh, she hasn't come to me. Yeah.
I told her, if you fucking go back here.
Oh, no. It looks like it's number 4. And you're getting a phone call from Alan, played by moi,
Alan.
who is the head of purchase at your biggest client who you've been account managing for 27 years. Alan tells you he is no longer going to need your services as the men upstairs are forcing him to use another company who are more progressive with the times. What does Alan say, and how do you respond? Sorry, I forgot this. You're playing both characters.
I'm
in this
playing
situation.
both?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're Alan and Russell.
I'm both.
I'll be the telephone.
Hello, is this management corporate information?
Would you like me to be Russell? Alan, would that make it
you
easier?
be Russell now, and I'll be Alan.
Okay, we're swapping. Yep.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Russell Bryan from LP7 Information Collective Services.
Yeah, it's Alan here.
Oh, Alan, mate.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Giselle told me that she met Lorraine down at the bakery last weekend, and she told me that Toby's going well, mate.
Lorraine
That's
was
good to
telling me
see,
all
mate.
about your
Yep.
farm.
Oh, mate, the sheep are going well, mate. But you know what, mate? None of the kids these days want to buy the sheep, but
They
that's
don't wanna
completely
buy the sheep.
understandable. They
You know
will buy
what? And you know what?
alpaca wool,
It's out of
though,
our
mate.
control now. And
Look,
it's the world's going
You know,
crazy.
you and I, we've just got to stand here and we've got to let the world collapse around us.
And
But I
I've got bad
understand.
news for you, mate.
Alan, mate, lay it on me.
I don't have any way to tell you this.
Mate, it's
otherwise.
all right. The sandwich shop was shut
The
today
bloody
because
suit from
Suzanne's down at.
upstairs.
Oh, mate, what
bloody
upstairs
suit from
doing for
upstairs.
you, mate?
John?
Yeah. Oh, what a. Well, he's a
John
piece of
and
work,
Steve.
isn't he?
John
Always
and Steve,
giving me
they're
grief.
younger boys.
They are
They're
younger boys,
but they don't
Alan,
understand the word.
Alan, you've always been my man. No matter what John and Steve have said, you've always been my
John
man.
and Steve were telling me, they were like,
Yep.
they were saying,
What are they saying? What are they making you do this time, Alan?
They were telling me I have to cut ties with you, mate.
Oh, mate.
Cut ties.
If,
They said
if our
they
personal relationship has to take a sacrifice for our business, I totally understand
Look,
that, Alan.
I'm
I'll
excited
re-put
to
that
see you
order
for
in
golf
for
this weekend
15,000
still.
units for you this weekend. We'll
No,
have
I'm
that
sorry.
processed by
We're not
Friday.
going to be able to do that there, mate.
Sorry, mate.
You know,
What-
they say
what
Steve,
was that?
Yeah, we're not going to be able to get that done.
We're not
Steve
doing
said
it.
I'm
We're
allowed
not.
to
We're
do
not continuing with our order
Yeah,
anymore.
Steve was telling
now,
me we
Alan,
can't do it.
Alan, listen to me, Alan.
Yeah.
You've been a client of mine for 27 years, right?
Right.
We went to the jungle gym together when we were 3 years old, right?
That's true. That's
and
true.
from that day on, we were business partners.
Now, here's the thing,
Now,
mate.
you
Now,
may
here's the
work
thing,
for
mate.
those old chaps, but I'm always going to be here for you,
Listen,
mate.
let me tell you, you're always going to be here, and I'm excited for our golf trip in a couple of weeks.
Look, Alan,
But I have
I'm
to tell you-
not sure we can go ahead with that.
Now, here's the thing.
If
It's
you're
out of my
saying
control,
you're not putting
mate.
in your 15,000 units this month, I'm not sure if this is going to work out,
Let me
mate.
explain myself, mate.
Alan, you
Steve
better
was
have.
telling
Am I
me-
Alan? No, I'm Russell.
You're-
Alan, you better have something good to say for yourself here.
You see, Steve was telling me that there was some reports of workplace harassment at your workplace. The police had come in. Mate.
Look,
you've been under duress
I don't
for the
know
last 2 months.
I don't know what Yolani's been saying.
Who's your,
Now-
that must be the whistleblower.
Now, sexual harassment never okay, but I would never do
okay.
such a thing in
Now,
my workplace
here's the thing.
publicly.
I believe you, mate, because it's been many a work trip, and I have to say,
That's
sometimes
right.
the servers don't understand.
They don't understand.
I tell you, I'm not in control of the decision, mate. It's Steve, and Steve is a piece of shit. I have to tell you that much.
Look, mate, I know this is a bit of a disagreement, but I understand working with pieces of shit. There's this guy called Jimmy. He's
my
working
God.
in the accounting department.
believe-
He's doing all sorts of things wrong, mate. You wouldn't believe. Anyway, mate, I'll catch up with you on the weekend.
On golf trip, but I'm sorry about the loss of
Let
work there, mate.
bygones be bygones,
Oh,
mate. I'll see you this
fantastic.
weekend at 5 a.m.
Can I say
Okay,
that
yes,
that
fantastic.
deserves an outro, right?
No, we've got one more.
We've
We've
got
got one more.
I wish this is a whole. This is just a whole episode worth of it.
All right.
material.
Number 5. Finally, after a soul-crushing day, your wife of 50 years who you don't really know asks you how your day was. What do you say to her? I'm Giselle.
Giselle.
I'm Giselle. Hi, Russell. How was your day?
Oh my
Sorry, I was
god!
talking to you before the door opened. My bad.
Sorry, you gotta stop yelling at me before I even open the door, Giselle.
Oh, sorry,
I tell you
Giselle.
what, I've been
I mean,
here-
sorry, Russell.
I've been working. I'm Russell.
I made
Has
another
Alan
clay
been coming
pottery
by?
mug.
Oh my god!
Kathleen, who was Alan's wife, Lorraine dropped by.
Lorraine dropped by,
And she dropped by
You know
some
what?
watercolour paints for our niece.
Alan's just a piece of shit. I have to tell you.
He's
that.
always been a bit of a character, and I
know,
told you should
told
be
me that,
careful
and I
of him
should've- I
ever
should've
since we
agreed
were in
with you.
high school.
I should have agreed with you then. But I tell you what, it's been an absolute slog.
Did
I got up
you
at
have a
7
cup of tea?
a.m.
Cup of tea?
I had 10 cups of tea.
Oh, that's good. That's
You know,
my boy.
I used your cups.
Oh,
and
did
you know
Jimmy
what?
like them? Did
was
Jimmy
telling
use
me-
his cup
Oh, Jimmy
for
was,
his soy latte?
I never understand these kids.
I don't know who Jimmy
What
is.
is-
He sounds like a complicated
You
man.
see, Jimmy puts soy sauce in his coffee.
That's
I don't
what they're all
understand
doing
it.
these
That's
days,
what
and
they-
they're charging
that's what current
$18
affairs
for it.
told me. I read that in the Sun.
That's why they can't afford houses these
That's
days.
what they say. That's what they say.
Anyway, how's Alan? How's he going?
Oh, he's just a piece of work.
He's a piece of
I'm going to
work.
see him on the weekend for the golf club.
Are you going to talk about those 15,000
Well,
units?
they're actually not going to be there, mate. They've put.
You know, I don't
I'm
actually care that he's not putting in his 15,000 units because we've never loved each other.
You know, every 6 months we have sex, and I think it's time to have sex again.
I think so.
All right.
On the next slide.
Jono,
Yes.
it's time for a new segment.
Oh.
Segment after segment.
It's a year of innovation. It's a year of new segments.
Should I just
And
play
I'm-
the
And I'm
opener?
here for it. I tell you what, let's hear it. I'm going to cry.
Well, they tried their best and did not succeed. They're gonna get some help they didn't know they need. The Comedinons Fix You. That's the intro.
I feel emotional now.
So
We're going to fix you.
well, what I thought is I actually was looking. You know, you're just walking down the street, and
So I was walking down the street.
you'll never believe it.
Mate, Carl Barron over here. What's going on?
and I saw a thing. It was this. How do I describe it? It was basically a government notice for people of any of us.
Yeah.
This is a real thing, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
Federal government
Yeah.
of the modernization of the postal service.
Oh,
It's an actual thing.
I don't know anything about the post-modernizational project.
It's an inquiry. You know about it?
No, I have no idea about it.
No, I don't know what it is either. But I didn't read it.
I tell you what, without knowing anything about it, I think it's a good thing.
Now here's the
it needs to be modernized.
I think it really does need to be modernized. And I just think, we're ideas guys.
We are ideas
and
guys.
I thought we could just bounce off some
this is phenomenal.
Some ideas, technology based.
Okay.
That maybe then we could send in
That could
under
help
the
the
Comedinons
post office. Yeah.
that help the post office.
Oh, okay. I like this. Should we start by saying some flaws that we know in the post
do you
office
want to
and that can
hit me
find
with
us?
one?
Well, I think the drivers, they need to be held accountable.
And I've got a fantastic fix for that already.
Okay.
Here's my fix for that.
All right. Yeah.
You know Domino's, right?
I do know Domino's.
You know Domino's have an app called the Pizza Tracker?
Oh, yeah. And you can watch it getting made and stuff as well.
So
yeah.
We know that you can technically trace parcels. I put air quotes in there.
Yeah.
But it's not really tracing, right?
And what it does as well, it's like track your package to see where it is. And you
But
click on
only
it,
does
and
it
it's like
on-
3 days ago it made it to the shipment
Right.
facility
And you only
in
see it at certain facilities.
Bar. Yeah.
In
You don't
certain
know where it
facilities.
is.
You don't really have a better sense of it. I think it
in
needs
America,
to be real-time tracked.
I think you can see like you literally GPS like your Amazon
There
car or
has to
something.
be. Exactly.
Surely we implement that with Australia Post.
We need a pizza tracker
Yeah.
for the post.
I especially would like it to have like
post-
a
the
video
poster.
of them like a live feed of them like throwing all the
yeah.
parcels and then
Put
the
a
camera's
camera.
in the truck.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
can see all the parcels like slowly getting taken out of the truck.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Because not only would it hold the people accountable, but what's more important is it would be fun for us. So
Yeah, for sure.
Because when you watch a live feed of penguins at the zoo, it makes you feel something inside.
Right, and I also think that you
Yeah.
could start having you could make it into like a post party thing. Like you give like incentives for people to get together.
Yeah.
And put onto a big screen where you can just watch the post.
You can
go.
watch and see if your package is going to make
Yeah.
it. On this Domino's one, there's got this thing. If you pay like $2 more or $5 more or something, I think it's $2 more. If it doesn't come within like 20 minutes, you get another pizza for free.
Yeah, so you should
be-
get free
yeah.
shipping for
if,
your
if
next
it doesn't
parcel.
come within that window that it says, like 2 till 5 p.m. or something,
Right,
you get
right.
free shipping on
I
your
think
next
that's actually a really
postage
good
with
idea.
Australia. This is genuinely a good idea.
This is a genius idea.
Because then they'll start losing money if their drivers are doing that thing where they go, I can't be fucked going into that house.
I got bad news because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that all my ideas come from like fast food, but for the post, right? Because my
Well,
other
that's
idea was
fair
like,
enough, yeah.
you know how some post offices have self-service terminals?
Yes, yeah.
They should all be self-service.
All of
You
them should be,
You
yeah,
should just be able to go
absolutely.
in there and just be able to do all the things yourself.
Yeah.
There might be some stuff that you need a help desk, like a section for.
I think that's
But, like you should just be able to go in there and do it all you need
banks
to do.
have adopted this model earlier than anyone else because you can go to the ATM and do anything. You can
Right,
deposit,
exactly.
you can put a check in there, you can withdraw, you can do whatever. But sometimes if you need a little bit more complicated advice, you go to the teller.
Yeah, exactly.
So it should be the
exactly.
same thing with the postal
100%.
service.
There should be
yeah.
some basic level. Now there are some things, but they should be more off or more available.
There are some, but it's not much. It's like you go to a wall and you get a box off the shelf and then you fill in a slip. Like that's
Yeah, exactly.
It should be more stuff like checking stuff in or like even. Oh, this is a good one.
Right.
You know, like if something doesn't make it to your house because the postie can't be fucked and
Right,
you don't
yeah,
even
yeah,
get the
yeah,
little
yeah.
slip and you have to go and then they go out the back in the post
I
office
was
and
going to
find
say
the
a
thing.
very similar
It
hypothetical.
should just be in like a locker or something.
There
that
should
you
be a
can-
hypothetical.
Yeah.
Like let's say hypothetically, there's two people who are in a house who share a apartment together,
This is
right?
hypothetical.
And one
yeah.
person's
Where is
left.
this apartment, by the way?
Oh, who knows? Maybe Brunswick, for example.
I've
One person's
heard
left.
a nice area, especially
you-
that northern part.
Yeah,
quite nice.
for sure. Near Lygon Street,
Near
right?
just off near the tram there.
Near the trams.
Near the servo.
Let's
Yeah.
say hypothetically, one
Yeah.
person walked off to go to the survey and come back.
Yeah, and this
expecting
was
a
like
parcel.
at a reasonable time, like in the
Oh,
morning.
who knows?
around
Who's even counting?
10 a.m. or something.
Yeah, reasonable time.
Yeah.
And someone's in there working, but would still be able to hear if someone was
Hear
to
the
press
intercom
button,
that would ring. Yeah.
hypothetically,
And could speak to the guy at the
right,
front.
completely hypothetical.
Yep.
And they didn't ring, and they left a "we missed you." ring.
The COVID spectacular episode.
No,
Yep.
no,
so
no.
They
I mean,
left,
who's even
and
counting?
they left
Let's say that's
the little red
hypothetical.
slip because this could
There should
happen
be
down at the letterbox.
some.
Yeah.
There should be like a way to be like press like. You know how in Uber you can call your
Oh, you can call your driver
person.
within like a certain time frame
you should
afterwards.
Be able to have a
Yeah.
bing, and it should be an app, and it should be able to go press the button, and it says,
Yeah,
call
your driver is nearby, and then you can-
go,
yeah.
Hi,
I'm
you piece of
I'm literally
lovely
here.
person.
Like I can see you driving away.
Can you come
yeah.
back because my parcel's
Yeah.
on there, and I'm right near, and you haven't clearly. I missed
That
you.
would actually be good because they send you a text saying like your parcel has arrived or whatever.
Right.
It should be like if the driver comes within like a 2-kilometer radius or something, or whatever the delivery distance
There
is.
should be a text
It
or
says
something,
like Ted's
right?
nearby or something.
Yeah.
I think it should be an app. And then you can actually, once he gets into your radius, you can see him. And
Yeah, for sure.
when he's dealing with your parcel, he'll click a button and he'll say number 530 something or other, Jonathan Road, and then that connects you together. And then within that time frame, you can send him a message like, "Hey mate, it's just up the stairs, around the corner," or something
100%,
like with the
100%.
Uber driver system.
Or even
This
for
is
them
phenomenal.
just to be like, "Oh, look, mate, I'm a bit confused. What I'm supposed to do here?"
Yeah.
And then you go,
Like-
"Oh, you see the button in front of you?
Yeah, just
where you can see
that
the
says
units.
the house number.
You press that button.
That, yeah.
on the
Or
intercom.
how about this? Walk in the gate that's open to the house that's clearly
No,
labeled.
that's hypothetical. This is all hypothetical, and I'm not salty about anything.
No, not salty at all.
But what I'm trying to say is that I think the post should be fixed, and it's really interfering with my life.
And it needs to be modernised.
It needs to be modernised.
Can I tell you something though?
Sure.
In this area I'm at the moment, I've mentioned it. Not a single problem have I ever had with the post. Like the post
Really?
is so good. So my house, it's kind of strange. It's very complicated and difficult to get into.
Sure.
But it's kind of held. It's like a rectangle, and there's a door at either end. Each of
Right,
the long
yeah.
ends has a door. One of them is the front door and the main entrance. The other one, behind where we are at the moment, is into like the car park. My postie will come down the back door in the car
Yeah.
park, will open my fly screen door and put the parcel in between the fly screen and the door, then knock off it
Right.
and walk off. Incredible service.
I would
Incredible.
wonder why that is. It might have to do with the income tax bracket that this
Yeah.
this area is compared to.
Definitely.
But no, that can't be it.
It's probably all-
socioeconomics don't exist.
And it's definitely nothing to do how we were in an apartment. I mean, hypothetically, those people in Brunswick were in a apartment-heavy area and there was no car parking and they just couldn't
that
deal
seems
with the volume
unlikely,
that they
right?
were doing.
And they're like, there's like so many car parks.
Do you know it's not even a van that delivers packages here? It's just a guy on one of those bikes that you talked about like a year ago on the podcast.
three-wheelers?
The 3-wheeler
That's
bike.
nuts.
Because old people, I live in an old people area.
You do.
Old people don't order stuff online.
They don't.
They don't. So there's no demand for it at all. The
So
guy
you're
will
like
just
the
come.
only person who orders
Yeah,
stuff.
100%. I'm the,
That's
like
nuts.
it's just this like building where I am is the only place in the whole area that orders stuff.
Must be very nice.
It's very nice. Anyway, is it time for the next
I
slide?
think it is.
Hey, Comedinons. I'm a big fan of the show. Honestly, I've just binged you guys like back to front, upside down, inside out. I started listening to the pilot episode and I was absolutely hooked. And in 5 days, I listened to all 2 seasons 73 times.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, just keep up the good work, guys.
Cheers,
Honestly,
Damo.
you're my saviors.
Wow.
That
That
came
was
in
a
from
great message
Damo
from
in
Damo. Wangaratta.
Wangaratta. Damo in Wangaratta. I
That is
appreciate
a
that.
great message.
Where did that come in from? That came in a few weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago
on the
at
website.
start. Yeah, from the website, comedinons.com.
We appreciate that.
We appreciate it.
He's a big listener of the show. I see him on the Instagram.
You know what? I
getting
think
involved.
He's always getting involved.
He
on
is.
the- on the
He's a
Instagram.
very, very integral part of the show.
He really
Yeah.
is.
We
And you
love
know how
Damo.
else
Yeah.
people can be an integral part of the show?
Be like Damo.
Be like Damo.
And drop us an audio message at
Comedinons.com.
comedinons.com. Talk about things that boomers say that get on your nerves.
We'll do a second Boomers segment like that.
Probably
That
a
was
third and a fourth.
Probably a lot of them.
yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah. What else can you
check
do?
us out on Instagram.
Pete's gone crazy.
Pete's gone
Pete
crazy.
is popping
Pete's
off
almost
on there.
got like a multiple personality disorder.
I think he
at
does,
times.
and I'm happy. We're
I'm
inclusive
full of-
employers over
We really
here
are.
at Comedinons LLC, not a business. Don't tax us.
We're not.
Do we have to pay tax? Have we been over
No,
this?
can I say though?
Yeah.
Finally, I asked my dad and my mum.
Yeah.
Like, what is there a way to become a business
Without having to pay tax?
And
Yeah.
they said, yeah, but do you really want to go into a business with someone? I said, I don't know.
I kind of do.
It'd be very funny, wouldn't
Because
it?
if we can actually be Comedinons Incorporated or something.
That'd be fantastic.
Do you have any idea the difference between a PT lit and a LLC? And
I have no clue.
I think we can be an LLC.
You know what? How we talked about that person who wanted to be in the podcast who
Yeah,
didn't know it.
yeah.
You reckon that person might know?
Yeah, he would. If anyone's going to know, he's going to
That'd
know.
be
Shit, that's actually a great idea. Let's get him on to talk about if we can become a business.
Okay, well, stay tuned for that.
That's fantastic. A bit
Next
of
slide.
brainstorming. Anyway, like us on Instagram. Thank you. Yeah,
check
next
us out on
slide.
comedians.com. God damn it.
Slipping through my fingers is my life. Let's try to capture in this segment the things we liked way back in the day when we were kids. That's right. Lighters in the air, everybody. Slipping through my fingers.
And 1 point for that as well.
Josh gave himself a point at the beginning.
I'll give myself another point.
2 points for an excellent use of sound effects.
Thank you so much.
Slipping through my fingers, Joshua. What is this segment all about?
It's all about just catching up on some of the stuff that happened back in the day.
Because you and I are getting old.
We're getting older.
I realise there's a lot of school children around where I live, and it makes me realise how old I am.
Because you're living next to a school.
No. My whereabouts are unknown.
Any school.
I live next to, yes, I do live next to a school, and there's children everywhere. I'm like, fuck, I'm getting old. But let's live vicariously through these children and think about some beautiful things. So we've had some ones in the past. We talked about school camp.
We talked
road
about
trips.
Road trips.
Little shitty trinkets that your grandma
School
has.
lunches.
School lunches. Fantastic things, right?
Yeah.
But one thing that I saw when I was on my travels last week, right? I was just driving around the hood where I live, and I drove past the traffic school.
Oh, I love the traffic school.
The traffic school was the equivalent of doing lines in a public bathroom of cocaine. It's that
maybe
level
the
of
best-
exhilaration.
It was maybe the best thing as a kid.
Life didn't get any better than that.
You had
genuinely.
And I have to say this, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I had as a kid multiple birthday parties there.
Oh, if you got like an invitation for like Derek's 15th, no, not 15th,
15th.
like 5th birthday party
At the traffic
at
school.
the traffic school, oh my God.
Can we explain what the traffic school is for someone who might either not be on this side of town
Absolutely.
or not there?
That's a good qualifier. The traffic school you went to, was that the one in Essendon?
Yes.
I feel like this is the only
I
one
don't know
that
if it's
exists.
so the traffic
Yeah.
school is a little section.
It's a little
like
park.
a little park.
Yeah.
And those parks have all these like little mini roads.
Little bike paths and
little
stuff
bike
all
paths,
through it.
And
But like
each-
laid out like a city.
and like a city, and
Yeah.
there's little red, green, little traffic,
traffic
lights at
lights?
the start.
Exhilarating.
And the idea is basically you bring your bikes there, and you can
You drive,
stop
you
when
ride
the,
your
the
bike.
light
yeah.
goes red.
You have to follow the road rules.
So there's
there's roundabouts, there's traffic
and you
lights.
rent out a little like section
there's
there with
there's
tables.
pedestrian crossings.
There's a pedestrian
Yeah.
crossing as well.
Yeah. So they got like
Does
the
that make us? Does that explain a lot about us that we really found this place exhilarating?
I think it does. It's
says a
probably
lot.
why I have a strong love for public transportation networks
Yeah,
these days.
true.
But it was great. So yeah, there was a little section that you could rent out and have like a picnic there.
Yeah.
Did they do ice cream cake or something? They probably did.
I don't remember there being like
Maybe
an
it was
actual,
like it was
I
like
think you
still
bring stuff to
BYO,
it.
but you
I
could
think it
like
was like a
book
park
a table.
that you rent out, right?
Yeah, you could rent
And there's
out
a table.
and
Yeah.
you could bring your own bike,
Yeah.
or you could rent a bike. I remember
Oh,
once
yes.
because we went there very rarely, maybe every second school holidays or
Oh,
whatever. And
yeah.
once I remember Mum saying, "You know what? The bike carrier is a bit fucked up. We can't figure it out. We're going to rent some bikes there."
That's true.
Oh, and you went into the shed.
No, this is
The
something I
old
just
man would
realised I don't-
open the door.
Yeah.
With all the bikes in there. Oh,
True. Can I say this is
like
something that I just
Christmas.
realized we haven't touched on the podcast?
Yeah.
But one thing we did a lot when we were in sort of high school, going into uni, you and I,
Yeah.
was do boat bike
We'd do
trips
bike
a lot.
rides. We'd ride into the city.
We didn't do that. We haven't talked about that a lot.
No,
But
we
that sort of-
haven't. It's a thing that
and
we'll do.
That must explain why we both sort of
Well, we liked riding bicycles.
Love a good bike
and
trip.
we still do. But
really do.
the traffic lights, what you touched on, that was the most exhilarating
There were
thing to
little
me.
tiny
There was only
traffic
like
lights.
2 of them, I think.
No, there was like two. There were there. Yeah, it wasn't that much.
There was barely any traffic lights, but I just remember banking up at those traffic lights going, oh my God, like when's it going to go
When's it going?
green? And like if it was green, you're like, okay, that's kind of shit. You come around and it's red, you're like, I get to
Yes.
stop. I get to stop. Because in your whole life when you're a kid, you ride on your bike, you never actually
You go,
force with rules. You just go. It
You
was like,
never stop.
holy shit, I have to stop. And
Yeah.
then, get this right, light goes green, you're driving down the road, there's someone crossing the path on a pedestrian crossing,
Yeah.
and you know what to do.
You stop.
You stop and you let them cross
Oh,
safely.
you know what? That
Yep.
explains a lot. I actually didn't stop. That explains. I really was not allowed.
So you know
to go back
when
since
you're
then.
flooring it through an
Right,
intersection,
yeah, yeah.
and there's like suddenly your windscreen gets all like red and chunky,
Yeah.
and that's because you were meant to
Is that
stop.
why I failed last week's?
Yeah. No, actually, ironically, the reason
Yeah.
you failed last week's quiz is because you didn't choose to run.
You're right. It's true. I need to run people over.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
what I remember distinctly about the traffic school is
Yeah.
in all aspects of my life, I'm a bit of a late bloomer, right? I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, right? And I was on
No way.
what are they called? Like assistance training
Training
wheels. I had
wheels.
training wheels for ages, and I just remember the only time I ever felt self-conscious about training wheels was
When you're in the-
was going around the
Can I
traffic
say,
school.
I think I was quite late to take my training wheels off because let's be honest,
like 19
it's
or something.
Oh yeah, so basically last year. But it's kind of bonkers riding without training wheels in a way.
It actually doesn't make any sense.
Physically,
I think about it all the time.
like
It's
you're
so
riding on
easy
these
to do
two
it,
thin
and it makes no
wheels,
sense. Yeah.
And when you're stopped, it can fall over. But
Yeah.
while it's going, it's fantastic.
Which I know
Just
there's
physics.
probably some reason.
Okay, first of all,
but-
King Mike, shut up.
Yeah.
We know what you're going to text us. I don't want
I
to
know
hear
that
it.
there's definitely a reason for this. It's probably called perpetual motion or something.
Yeah. It's Isaac.
Yeah,
It's
Isaac.
Isaac and
He
Newton.
got in there.
Something
But
about apples.
there's no way in hell that movement makes balance easier. It should make it more difficult. Imagine
Right,
balancing
yeah,
when you're
yeah.
not moving, doing anything. Okay, say you're reading a book, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you're sitting down. Easy. Reading a book when you're walking around, difficult, right?
Yeah, because exactly.
So balancing while you're not doing anything,
Yeah, for sure.
should be easy.
Yes.
And moving around about should be hard.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's,
Physics.
for some reason, it's easier if you're moving around.
Yeah.
Anyway, the day that I got my training wheels off, I just remember going, "Can we go to the traffic school?" Can we go to
You
because
just
I
wanna,
wanted to be one of
stick
those
it in
cool
someone's
kids.
face.
You know what happened?
Right.
Got on there, got stage fright, and forgot how to ride a bike without training.
You know, speaking of bikes and like
Yeah.
riding with people, I've got another thing I want to admit to you.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the other day, this was a few weeks ago, we went
Yeah.
out onto, we went and did those little e-scooters.
Oh yeah,
Had a
we
little
did.
tr-
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
little
yeah.
hangout.
The what are they called? Like the lime scooters. We did.
scooters.
Yeah, they're
and
fantastic.
you said, "There's no way you're not going to stack it."
Yeah.
And then, to your knowledge, I didn't stack it.
Did you stack it?
I ended up stacking it when you turn on a turn, and you didn't see it.
I took a little detour or whatever, or I was like whizzing ahead. I'm not
Yeah,
surprised.
you
That's
whizzed
why
ahead.
I kept looking back because I'm like, these guys probably in the gutter or something. Oh, please tell
Yeah.
me how this went down. So we're
we were
trucking
going
along.
down-
We're in the inner city. We're in
Yeah,
like
inner
Brunswick
city
or Parkville or
bike
something.
trail.
Yeah.
Whizzing down,
Flying.
and you did like a turn, and you did
Yeah.
that turn that you went, and then you came back out.
Yeah, I did like a weird. I went down a thing and then
Yep.
came back out. Yeah.
I
And you were
went
still
to
on the
make
main
turn,
path. Yeah.
and I didn't slow down and turn hard enough, and I went. Poof, and
Did you go onto the grass?
I went
like
onto
off
the grass
the
and like
path?
stopped, but like I did that thing where you stop and then inertia,
Yeah.
which is physics.
That's a physics term.
Physics term.
That's why you fell
Catches
over
up
in the
with me. I
bus
went, "Woo."
when you were sitting down in the bus in high school and you fell off.
You mean when the thing fell on me? That happened too. Yep.
Yeah. So did you hit the deck?
I stacked it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Fun times.
You should have told me. I would have laughed way harder.
Well, yeah, I was sort of. Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's great. Anyway, should we go to the traffic school?
I think it's time to do the traffic school. Maybe a podcast from the traffic school.
I don't think we're allowed in. There's no way in hell that they
We
would
could
let us
figure
go
it
in.
out. Oh, that'd be fantastic, though.
It should be. Do you reckon there's a section where you have to like dodge people on their phones, like when you're riding?
That'd be
your
funny.
bike?
Yeah. I like that as well.
All right. Anyway, we'll see you on the next slide.
Next slide.
Roses are red. Traffic schools taught me to drive. And that was episode 55
of the
Comedinons.
Comedinons.
55 is such a high number. I'm not confident I could count to 55 without making a mistake.
It's a worrying number, is what it is. But I'm so glad to be here.
I'm very
we've
glad
had
to
a
be
fun
on.
time.
It's been a very fantastic episode. It is.
great
We talked
start
about
to
all
the-
sorts of things.
Great episode.
You
great
talked
start to the
about
season.
how you lied to me as we were having some friendly
I kind of
bro
lied to
to
you
bro
twice this podcast.
gossip. Yeah, that's actually really true.
I want to say I'm sorry for lying to you, Johnny.
I tell you what, apology not accepted, and it will never be accepted. I've never lied to you, Joshua, and I never will, because that's the kind of upstand guy I am.
Yeah.
But after that, we introduced a new segment to the show.
A fantastic segment.
We had a blast going through it.
Yeah.
We haven't listened to it yet,
What would
so
they
it may
say?
be shit, and you
Rumors.
may not have heard any
find
of it,
out.
but we'll find out. I had a ripper, and you're going to have a ripper by
Then we
proxy.
fixed the post.
We
Fixed the
came
post.
up with some ideas, and
I
I
think
like
we've
it.
done 'em.
I reckon there's many areas in our life that we could fix, and everyone can
Who knows?
fix.
We might find something better.
and we will fix you
We will fix
because
you.
lights will guide you home.
Yes.
That's
and
I'm
will
gonna
try
start balling up in a
fix
second.
you.
Yeah.
And finally, slipping through my fingers, Jono.
How good are traffic schools?
Absolutely. I don't even know if there's more than one.
I feel like it's not a common thing because no one ever talks about it.
It's
the only people who talk about it live in the northern metro area. Yeah.
Oh, but that says a lot about where we live.
It does. But ladies and gentlemen, we're not done yet. Because last week we mentioned on this review segment, recommending you, that we were going to watch a movie together. And we decided that, no, we're not together, but independently we're going to watch it. You said you hadn't watched what was it, Goodfellas?
Goodfellas.
And you said you hadn't watched Goodfellas either.
True.
So we're both going to watch it. Did you watch Goodfellas?
I didn't watch Goodfellas.
I didn't watch Goodfellas.
So we're going to do it next week? Did you watch an episode movie this week?
I did. I watched Sully. Have you heard of Sully?
Yes, I haven't watched it though.
It's about the man who lands a plane in the Hudson River.
Yeah,
but it's not terrorism or whatever. It's Tom Hanks. And it's about
you just watched Otto. You're on a Hanks kick.
I'm on a Hanks kick. But yeah, it's about the engines fail on the plane and how he lands it.
Is that also your recommendation for this week?
Terrible movie. Oh. It's real rough.
Oh,
it's good in the sense of like, okay, this is a cool story that happened. It's good to see it recreated and hear what happened and stuff. And it's a tearjerker. You'll be crying by the end of it. I cried in every movie, but at everything actually.
Yeah, and not many movies.
But it's just a very kind of, it's one of those movies where it's so heavily based on an event and they haven't really gone off book. And it doesn't lead itself very well to a movie, so it's just a bit weird.
Okay. Do you have an actual recommendation for the people this week?
I do have an actual recommendation.
Oh, fantastic.
For us this week, ladies and gentlemen. Clarkson's Farm. That's my recommendations. I was asking you if you'd watched Clarkson's Farm.
I think I've watched bits.
Yeah, you haven't got into it. That's my recommendation for you because I've watched season 1. I watched it because season 2 came out just recently.
Really?
So I went and I watched.
Is it on ABC iView?
No, it's on Amazon Prime, which is like the worst thing ever. Because
what actually is on Amazon Prime? Is there that much?
The only stuff I've seen on there is like Top Gear stuff, and then like kind of like film festival kind of style, like short films and stuff. But kind of a lot of Disney Plus stuff that isn't, the vibe of Disney Plus stuff that's not Disney. That's like nature documentaries and stuff. There's a lot of that on Amazon Prime. But Clarkson's Farm, I went back and I watched season 1. Absolutely fantastic. It's literally Jeremy Clarkson in this like multi-million-dollar tractor trying to like plant seeds in a farm for like 8 episodes or something, and it's absolutely brilliant.
Fantastic.
It's fantastic.
I've got a recommendation. It's an album.
Yeah,
it's not a new album.
I love it.
It's a
I love a little
album.
bit. Is it 1989 by Taylor Swift?
No, it is not.
Oh, incredible. I've been bumping that all week. Yeah.
The AI still tracks
There is no way the AI did that naturally.
It really is.
There is no way. Anyway.
My recommendation for you is an album that came out in the 90s, I believe.
Okay.
It's called
I was around then.
Flood. And it's by They Might Be Giants.
Oh. I was going to say it's by Ween.
No, but they're very similar in style.
I've actually heard of They Might Be Giants.
Yeah, they have a couple of Constantinople.
Oh, is that them?
Well, it's like the famous one by like
I don't know that. I thought it was like a Wombat song that's something about Constantine. Anyway,
there's another one.
Flood
by They Might Be Giants. There's another
What kind of genre is it?
It's a great question. I would say
because we've got to get our listeners to listen.
I don't really have an explanation. I call it like abstracty, but like maybe more. But they have horns. They've got a band.
Sounds
guitars,
fantastic.
Piano. Just classic.
Sounds like
a bit of rocky,
fantastic music.
Abstract stuff.
You can listen to it to forget about the terrible movie called Sully that you watch.
Yeah, maybe I'll listen to it instead of Sully.
No, I'll definitely watch it, but don't make a bowl of popcorn for it. Anyway, can you hear that?
No, I don't. Can you hear it yet?
Oh, I can hear that. That sounds to me like it's the end of episode 55 of the Comedinons. And we thank you for being here.
Thank you for coming.
Send us a message like Damon from Wangaratta. Check out our Insta. Pete says hi. We say bye.
See you later.
Adios.
Bye.